fifth example, f of x is equal to x squared plus 2x minus 2. We change f of x, so the first thing that we have to do is f of x, we change that to y, and then we can just copy x squared plus 2x minus 2. Next is to interchange x and y. So y will become x and x will become y. So the equation will be x is equal to y squared plus 2y minus 2. Next ay you transpose all the terms without y on one side of the equation, and yung mga terms with y variable will be left on the other side of the equation. So yung minus 2 ay itatranspose natin sa kabila. So we'll have x plus 2 is equal to y squared plus 2y. Next, paano natin, isip kayo ngayon ng paraan, how are we going to solve for the value of y na itong dalawang y na to magiging isa na lang? And if you will tell me, ma'am, pwedeng gawin natin yung ginawa natin sa previous example na we factor out y. O ngayon, pwede naman gawin yung factoring out y kasi it's mathematically acceptable. Pero if we will factor out y on this binomial, ang mangyayari lang ay y squared divided by y ay y plus 2y divided by y ay 2. Meron ka pa ding y. May isa pa ding y dito. So, hindi nga pwede yung ganitong case. Kailangan ang matitira ay isang y lang. So, ano ang pwede natin gawin if this is the case? We can apply the concept of completing the square. Malamang nakalimutan na naman na yon. So, ma'am, paano gagawin yung completing the square? Yung completing the square, we will get the last term here para magkakaroon siya ng kumbaga parang magkakaroon ng binomial na perfect yung square niya. So, parang ang mangyayari is, paano natin makukuha yung third term? Yung third term may formula yan. Natatandaan nyo ba yung sa completing the square na ang sabi, para makuha yung third term, we have to divide b by 2a and then you get the square root, you get the squared of that. Para yun yung ilalagay mo dito sa third term. Tapos ngayon, i-add natin siya dito kasi nga completing the square siya. So, b all over 2a squared ay from this given in this given expression, ang b mo ay positive 2 all over 2. Ang a natin dito is 1. Tapos, squared. So, doing this, we'll have 2 all over 2 ay squared, ito ay 1 squared. So, 1 squared is 1. So, ngayon, yung third term natin dito ay magiging positive 1. Again, ang in-apply kong concept ay completing the square. Sa completing the square, we have to get the third term para maging perfect square, yung perfect square binomial, yung factors nitong y squared plus 2y plus 1. Ngayon, paano natin makukuha yung third term? So, yung third term, makukuha siya by using the formula na b all over 2a squared. So, ang gagawin nyo lang is you substitute the values of b and a. Yung b is yung numerical coefficient ng second term and yung a is yung numerical coefficient ng first term. So, b ay 2 all over 2. Ano yung a nyo dito? 1. So, 2 all over 2 times 1. Then, simplifying, we will have 2 all over 2. And then, you square that 1. Ano yung 2 over 2? 1. Ano ang squared ng 1? Eh, di 1 pa din. Kaya, nag-add tayo ng 1 dito to complete the square. Pero, sa completing the square, dahil nag-add tayo ng 1 dito sa isang side ng equation, dapat mag-a-add ka din ng 1 dito sa kabilang side. Ngayon, ma'am, bakit ka mag-a-add ng 1? Kasi nga, 'di ba sabi sa inyo, kung ano yung ginawa sa isang side ng equation, yun din yung gagawin sa kabilang side. Kaya kung nag-add ka ng 1 dito, dapat mag-add ka din ng 1 sa kabila. Then, you simplify the equation. So, for this one, we'll have x plus 3 is equal to y squared plus 2y plus 1. So, ngayon, next, ay ang gagawin natin, we have to get the factors of y squared plus 2y plus 1. Madali na lang to kasi nga, ang ginagawa natin sa completing the square ay isang perfect square trinomial. So, eto, ang magiging factors niya lang ay kunin mo yung square root ng y squared. Ang square root ng y squared ay y. Tapos, since pareho yung addition, edi plus. Tapos, kunin mo yung square root ng last term mo, which is 1. Tapos, lalagyan mo lang siya ng square. Ganun lang siya kadali. Again, paano makuha yung factors ng isang perfect square trinomial? Y squared, get the square root of the first term na y squared, so y. Get the square root of the last term, 1. Tapos, since pareho tong addition, edi positive yan. Tapos, squared. I-add nyo lang yung squared. Tapos, ganun lang. Tapos, next, you just copy x plus 3. O, ngayon, paano natin i-eliminate yung squared dito sa isang side ng equation na to? So, if you're thinking, ma'am, pwede tayong mag-square root. So, tama po kayo. We apply the concept of square root on both sides of the equation. So, getting the square root of this one, dahil nga squared to, so parang isipin nyo lang ganito yan. Square root ng y plus 1 at saka multiplied by the quantity of y plus 1. So, dahil dalawa nga yan, di matitira mo ay y plus 1 na lang. So, parang ano lang din to, square root ng 4. Di ba ang square root ng 4 ay, you can write it as square root of 2 times 2. Tas ang square root niya ay 2. So, ganun lang din dito. Yun nga lang, meron kayong mga variables. And then, we just retained this as a square root of x plus 3. Kasi yan na yun. Tapos ngayon, para matira yung y sa isang side ng equation, we have to transpose positive 1 on the other side of the equation. So, we will have square root of x plus 3 minus 1 is equal to y. Ngayon, ma'am, bakit hindi kasama yung minus 1 dun sa loob ng square root symbol? Kasi hindi naman siya included sa in-square root nyo. Di ba ang kinuhanan lang natin ng square root yung square root ng x plus 3. So, yan lang dapat yung may square root. Hindi nyo po siya dapat i-extend na ganyan kasi mali po yun. So, dahil ang kinuhanan nyo lang naman ng square root ay yung quantity x plus 3, dapat siya lang yung may square root. Yung minus 1, you leave it as minus 1 lang talaga. And then, for the final answer, we just change y to f raised to negative 1 of x is equal to the square root of x plus 3 minus 1. So, yan na yung inverse nung given na function na x squared plus 2x minus 2. Or, pagka meron kayong nakitang ang goal nyo is to get the inverse of a quadratic equation, ganito lang lagi yung magiging process niya. Nag-iiba lang siya ng mga numerical values, pero yung process niya ay same lang din po.